Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for F1 Manager 2023 as we continue our hard mode difficulty run here with Alfa Tauri. Looking pretty good overall. Second place in the constructors, first place in the drivers. Just need to get a few more points and we'll get first place in both, which is the goal. That's exactly what we want. We shall see. I think it's still technically doable for us, assuming we can get some races that don't have any rain on them anymore, but we'll find out. All right, let's get to our... Let me check out the car development real quick. Let me just make sure that we have parts that we want. We do need to get us another chassis. And then the rear wing, we need to get a couple of those. And that looks good. And as far as research, or actually specifically design, we got 19 days. So we're not going to have either the side pods or the suspension yet. But once those come out, that'll boost up our car just a little bit more. And we'll be good from there. Research done on the underfloor. Did we get new hours yet? 13 days. So I think we'll just follow that up with another underfloor, which will be, was it low speed, medium speed, high speed, I believe is usually what we do. Yes, it is. So I'll max all three of those out. Oh, these parts are so bad. We're only up to 62% on these. 62 there, 61 there. It's so bad. If we get back to 70, that'd be a miracle at this point. Okay, got those all plugged in. All right, we're going to put this on both cars, I guess. I don't know if I meant to make a second suspension like that, but that's all right. We're good on the rear, those side pods. We're good on the rear wings. Everything else looks okay. And let me give the car parts another look through. So we're on... Let me do it this way. Actually, I don't want to do it. I don't know how to do it. Let's go to the warehouse. That's what I'm going to look at. That's installed on both. That's installed on both. Both. That is only installed on one, but we're waiting for the last design. Installed on both. And technically, I made one more of those than I meant to, but that's okay. We're going to wait for the last design before we continue making those. Okay, cool. We're happy with all of that. Bit risky, but I think we'll make it. This is a sprint weekend. So fun times there. We're going to have rain on Sunday. Ah! I hate rainy races. How's our facility looking? Still 100%. Rain races ruin the fun. That's my statement.
Welcome along to the...
Because there's no strategy for rain races. That's the problem. There is literally no strategy. You're forced to put on X tire, and that is it. And maybe that's more fair. Maybe it's fair to just not worry about strategy, but it's driver versus driver. But I like the strategy. Strategy is literally my favorite part. All right, I'll be right back after practice. And then we got the sprint and all that kind of stuff, so I'll be right back. All right, we're back for qualifying. Of course, with only one practice in, it's just not good. I went ahead and simulated it because I hate sitting there for an hour. Well, that's not an hour. You can speed through it. But I hate sitting there for practice. So I simulated it. I was like, whatever. We'll just accept the best we can get. 86, 82. That's the best we can get. It is what it is. No big deal. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to go ahead and buy new parts for Sonoda. We're going to run his brand new parts in qualifying and in the sprint. We are not going to run them in the race because I don't want to risk brand new parts when it's raining. We will run in the qualifying and the sprint. We'll take a penalty for the race. Not a big deal. And then we'll put on bad parts back on for the race. So that way, if we crash, then we don't run our brand new parts. So that is how we're going to go about this. I think it's a good time to take a penalty with medium rain coming up. So we'll see how it goes. Is there gonna be rain today? I don't think so. No, there's not. So we can run our normal strategy here.
Radio check.
Copy, radio check.
Yeah, copy same.
Not bad. Sonoda's a little bit low. But honestly, I'm not going to stress it too much. If he drops out of queue, I mean, we'll lose a little bit of money, but I'm not... He's going to be taking a penalty either way, so I'm not super concerned about it. Although I kind of wanted him to stay good for the sprint at least, I suppose, but... It's a bit of a risk where we put him. He's probably going to drop out here. Yep. He did. Alright. That's alright. I'm not super concerned about it, like I said. Maybe I would have liked him to have a better positioning for the sprint, but... Like I said, we're going to take a penalty either way, so I wasn't super concerned about that. Losing the money is probably the biggest thing there. I'm not worried about the losing positioning. He almost made it too. He was just one spot short. I thought he had it. Yeah, in retrospect, I wish I had run Snowed again, but it's alright. Can't change it now. Not a very good result for Theo. He usually does better than I feel. Alright, let's get through practice real quick. Hate that I have to keep doing this every time, but it's the smart thing to do. Can I get rid of that pop-up? Like, I know I'm putting on a damaged part. There needs to be a checkbox that says, do not show me this message again. I know what I'm doing. Alright, let's just run practice real quick. If there wasn't going to be rain on race day, I would have tried a little bit harder in practice. But with rain on race day, it just doesn't matter. Every strategy that I could possibly think up will just be thrown out the window. Alright, we might as well run your really good parts for this because there's no rain at least, so... Well, I say the really good parts. Really good engine at the very least. And... Are we really going out on hearts? I definitely can't do that. Could do that, though. I mean, it's 1 second faster, but... Is it, though? I find that hard to believe. And 1 second over the course of an entire race is not going to be enough to matter. If it was a few seconds, I'd probably justify it. I think we go with either the mediums or the softs. I think we just go with the softs and just be fine with that. Alright, well, let's go.
We're ready for time. Here in Austria, we're all ready to go for the sprint. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Don't think there's going to be much to see here, so we're just going to speed up super fast and just get through this. Drop down the fuel, drop down the tires. I'm gonna have to go light at some point on the tires just because obviously I did burn them a little bit for the first 2 laps, but that's okay. He was actually flirting with first place, isn't he? What tires did everybody else come out on? Everybody else came out on mediums. We're the only softs. Wow. I am surprised by that. We will slow this down a little bit more. Soda's up to 11th. If we'd actually qualified him, I honestly, I forgot that we don't take the penalty for the sprint, so he could have run... We should have qualified him properly, so he could have gotten a good position in the sprint, even if he was going to take a penalty on the race. That was my mistake. A little bit low, so we're going to have to go down to light here for both of y'all. So I was really struggling to get into points. I mean, now he's in the points for the moment, but I don't know if it's going to stick. But again, if we'd qualified him properly, he might actually have been competing up there first and second. So that was definitely a mistake. Can't do anything about it now. Just play it out for now. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and go full deploy here. A little bit of fuel pushage, not much. Watch us get a blowout now. We shouldn't, because we're not far under the thing, but this will be just our luck that we get one now. So we got points. We got double points. I mean, unfortunately, Red Bull got massive points. And again, that's my mistake for not qualifying Sonoda properly. But it's okay. Forgot about this not being a penalty one. All right, so we are not... Yeah, we're not running good parts here at all. There's just no possible way. In fact, I'm not even sure if I'm going to be... Like, what's the worst parts I can run for you? I guess the 76% engine's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, just make sure you're on bad parts. You're running the 60. Do not want to risk our good parts in a crash in the rain. Because I know it's inevitable. It's going to happen. So most likely Sonoda does not get points here. But at least we got our new part penalty out of the way. Whereas other people are going to have to take their penalty later. I mean, we started on solves, so then I guess we're going to go to... I have no idea. I suspect inners. But it is hard to tell. So we definitely start on softs, and then we just switch to inners pretty fast. More than likely around lap 8. Just barely last to the end. I love the strategies. I cannot do the strategies when there's rain. I hate that. That is definitely my least favorite part. Doing strategies is so much fun. Thanks for ruining the game. All right, let's go.
Here among the Austrian mountains, it's the race we've all been waiting for. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
I don't think we get first place in constructors. Possibly not even drivers this year, guys. The Red Bull is just still so ridiculously fast. I just don't think it's possible for us to get it. Which means we're going to have to go one more year. We're going to have to go one more year with all the penalties. That is going to hurt. This next year is going to be so sad. It is. I don't know, guys. Oh. I mean, it's not over yet. We're not even to the halfway point, but this is... If every race ends up being a rain race for the rest of the way out, this could be miserable. Be damp in 2 minutes. But again, I don't know. It still says damp in 10 minutes. So I'm assuming that means we do not need wets. Thankfully our guys are far enough apart that we can double stack them. It's raining. It's coming pretty hard, so I think we do definitely pit here. Right? Yeah, we definitely pit here. Verstappen did not pit. Well, we need the rain to get above 1 millimeter right now so we can catch up with him. Come on, Snow, don't get stuck, don't get stuck, don't get stuck, don't get stuck. No! Why does he always get stuck? Oh, that's so annoying. Ah, so annoying. I watched Verstappen still come out ahead of us because it's Verstappen and he's the AI, and their strategy is always perfect. So him being out there, he should be slower right now in theory, but he's not gonna be. All right, no, we did get ahead of him. Okay. I'm like, we should get ahead of him, but I don't know if it's actually going to work out that way. All right, let's go back to neutral. Go ahead and put you in standard, balanced, and neutral, and let's just settle in here. Everybody's on inners, right? Of course they are. Just making sure. We get past 2.5 millimeters. I'm going to have to check here in a second to see if there's any more rain coming. Man, Verstappen is so fast. He's literally just... How is he this fast? Like, seriously. He's basically making us look like we're standing still right now. How is it possible that he is that fast? We were 2.5 seconds faster than him, and he just caught up 2 seconds in one lap. How is that even possible? I mean, maybe he's burning his ERS and stuff, but my goodness. It's still just gonna be damp for the next 10 minutes, so we're good for a little bit longer. It's also possible he's burning fuel. Who knows what else he's doing, but he can't be pushing the tires much, because if he does, he'd have to pit. Because we obviously know that we can't push the tires really at all. I just can't believe how fast he is. Don't know if Snowda gets into points, unfortunately. But we kind of accepted that once we took the penalty. Still just damp. I moved up to 12th. Good job there, buddy. I mean, Sonoda's in a faster car. It's just harder to pass without the DRS. We're under 2 millimeters now. Still damp for the next 11 minutes. Come on, Sonoda. Now's where the Red Bull cars start to run away with it. I mean, they're not pushing any harder than we are, so... Again, unless it's fuel and other things. They're just better drivers. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Which we knew. We have to run a perfect race to be able to really to win this whole thing. They're just so good. Alright, let's go back to pushing fuel a little bit, I guess. I guess we can deploy a little bit here while we're pushing fuel. Why not? Same thing for you. We'll just do a little deploy. We can always settle back in here in a moment. Rain's still just damp.
Now it looks like, yes it is, Alex Albon's involved in that.
Well, Snow doesn't points for the moment. Can he hold on? Come on, Snow, to get past 8th. Let's go. Still going to lose ground on Red Bull overall, but hopefully we can minimize the damage. Soda's really struggling to get past Hamilton there. Alright, let's try to save a little bit of fuel for the very final push at the end. Are we like officially... No, we're going to get a little bit more rain here in a moment. What's the... It's going to look like damp, dry. There's just no way you hit in at that point, is there? I don't think so. 5-6 laps left to go. Oh, that seems so risky. I finally got past Hamilton. If the rain gets down again, right? It will be down. Okay, like actually just got a little bit more of a blip, so it's only going to be for like 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, it's only going to be for like five laps. I just don't know. Man, that's a tough one. Tempted to risk it with Sonoda, but especially if we see any of these other leaders pit, then we'll have time to pit Sonoda. We won't have time to pit. Or Theo's just going to crash, so never mind. Well, this is why I don't run the good parts, because we knew we were going to crash at some point. So there goes all our points. I actually think there's just no way we win Constructors this season. Not with a crash today and the way Sonoda's been driving these last few rain races. It's so frustrating.
Winter safety car. Follow the reference. Copy.
Well, I know it's still early in the season. It's not time to give up yet, but I just feel like things are starting to trend not our way. There's no way anybody pits on a virtual safety car, right? Yeah, there's no way. Oh, man. Disappointing.
Max Verstappen over the finish line and today's winner.
It's a combination disappointment for two reasons. One, because the rain is just throwing out every possible strategy we could come up with that would give us an advantage. And two, I'm also just personally making mistakes. So if we're going to have rain where it throws out a strategy, I have to be mistake free. And I have not been. So, and of course our drivers haven't been mistake free either. So I feel like this is going to be an impossible task this season, which is just unfortunate. I'm really not looking forward to next season. I think that next season is going to be an absolute garbage season with the stuff that they're putting in place. But I could be wrong. Maybe the fact that it's going to reset everything and that we're just better at research means we actually have an even bigger advantage. It's hard to say. I mean, the only reason I'm doing a single race per episode now is because I genuinely thought this was going to be our chance to get this. But it's starting to look like that is not going to be possible. Man, I'm glad I ran his lesser parts, although we did lose some parts that still had hours on them. Had some laps on them. So that is very much unfortunate. Why don't you just put on the part that I want you to put on? I don't want you to swap out. I want you to... It's just warehouse that I need to do this with? Oh. I want to go here and I want to say... Give me the part that I had. Like, just put on the good part. I don't know why it's making me, like, select one. It's so stupid. Now, this one makes sense, because, right, I have to go down to this part. That makes perfect sense. This is the other ones that don't make sense at all. This was not yelling at me for a moment. We will have to get another ERS for him now. Yeah, because that's the thing. The engine I'm not super worried about because we were pretty low on that other engine. We lost a lot on that ERS, so and we might have to get another gearbox as well. And that's a bad crash. I guess I could have watched it, but oh well. So that time it had let me install the replacement, so kind of confusing why it doesn't always work that way. All right, we'll go ahead and put a cut in there. I don't know, guys. I gotta get better. I gotta stop making mistakes personally, and then trust the drivers will stop making mistakes as well. A couple power circuits is going to be a little bit problematic for us because again, we're trying to preserve engines, but maybe we have to run our better engines on these two power circuits. We'll see. And someday, if we stop having damage to our facilities, we might actually get these things done. Those damage to the facilities were so annoying as well. It's just been a bad season. I mean, we've had good results in a few spots, but we've just had some bad luck go our way in a lot of ways. So hopefully it gets better. Anyway, I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.